Hello, everyone. Today, all roads lead to the Muson Center for the Social Innovators Program and Awards 2019, organized by Leap Africa. Recognizing young people who are at the forefront of social transformation and, of course, creating awareness for social innovations. Now, this is pretty much going to be fun, guys. I am on the red carpet. The excitement is brewing up. A lot of people are coming in. Oh my God, this is going to be fun. My name is McQueen. Do stay with me for all the major highlights. Okay, hello, pretty lady. What's your name?
OJ for Lulu.
Lulu.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's reminding me of something, but I'll tell you when I remember. Anyways,
Okay.
Tell me on a scale of 1 to 10, how excited are you?
8.
8. Why 8?
8 because I woke up this morning kind of sad. I didn't hear about this until this morning, and then my friend told me about this, and I was like, oh, it'll be a good opportunity to be here.
So what made you say I want to be a part of this? What made you come down here despite knowing about it just today?
Okay, I work in the social sector, and then she showed me the lineup of people and then told me about it. So I thought it would be a good opportunity to be here because I have a program coming up soon. So it would be a good opportunity to learn and network.
Speaking of the program lineup of people, who are you most, looking forward to seeing here today?
I can't pick one.
Can pick one. So I want to talk to all of them and,
Yeah.
All right, now let's talk about the SDG development goals,
Okay.
What do you know about it and what are you most passionate about?
Okay, I'm most passionate about 4, which is good education, because that's what the organization I work with deals with majorly. Pivot Africa.
Okay.
So basically, we inspire young Africans to be purpose-driven and value-oriented in order to create a transformation. So to do this, we have to work majorly with young people. So yeah, so quality education. Aside that, there's also the 8. That's good workplace and all of that. Yes.
Aside your company and the NGO you work for, personally, what are you doing to drive this change that you're talking about?
Personally, what am I doing to drive this change? I'm working with this organization. That is one thing I'm doing to drive this change.
Okay.
So that's why I signed up to work with the organization. Good education.
What's your name?
Benjamin Dada.
Benjamin. Okay, Benjamin, tell me, why are you here today and what are you expecting to get from this event?
Okay, so basically my company was invited. So we're here to support Leap Africa and all their efforts to, bridge the education and unemployment gap in Nigeria. I'm expecting to learn a lot and then see how awards are given.
Are you receiving any awards?
No. I think it's largely for social innovators.
Okay. Now, before I let you go, let's talk about, the theme. People, planet, and profits. And liking it with SDG. Now, do you know about the social development goal?
Yeah, I do.
And what are you most passionate about?
I think education. So the company I work for basically has 4 focus areas, and one of them is learning. And I think for us, we realized that 13.5 million people are out of school, but then even the people that get to school, only like 2 of them make it to higher education, right? And by the time people come out, they are either ill-equipped to take on the world of work, or then they don't just know enough to be self-sustaining as entrepreneurs. So I think having the right type of education, which is beyond just formal education, other complementary forms of education, learning on the go, learning for life, will prepare people adequately for the future ahead.
So eventually, total overall, what do you want people to take away from this event here today?
I think for social innovators or people trying to run other organizations, they can be inspired by Leap's 17 years of hard work and how it has panned out for them. So they can learn from all of that operational stuff. But also, I think from the content that will be shared or from what people are going to talk about today, there will be a lot to learn in terms of how do you actively, do digital skills, how do you actively prepare a youth population for the world of work, because many organizations are trying to do all these siloed effects, so everybody's working in their own clusters. Each foundation has their own initiative they're trying to drive, but being able to figure out what's the best approach to galvanizing all of the work being done and take it to the beneficiaries.
Okay, hello, how are you and what's your name?
Thank you. Adebola Williams,
What brand do you represent?
CEO Red for Africa.
So tell me, what are you expecting to get from today's event and what do you think about the initiative behind putting something like this together?
I think that Leap Africa has done an amazing job with their organization over the years. They've been a catalyst that has given birth to several social entrepreneurs, advocates, activists, community drivers and changes in the country. They've built an institution that is very relevant to the fabric of our nation. And I celebrate them. I celebrate the vision of my dear sister, Mrs. Ndidi Muneli. I think that she's led a great organization, and the institute that was commissioned yesterday, or that was the ground broken for the institute yesterday, is another big milestone of her stealth, focus over the years. So it's great to see and be here today, one of the flagship programs of the Leap Africa, where they also represent and celebrate these advocates and social change actors. So it's indeed my pleasure and excitement to be here with them.
We've had the privilege of working with young change makers across the country, Nigeria, and also in some other African countries. We focus primarily on working in education, in working across education, employability, entrepreneurship, and citizenship as part of our core work. We're driven by values we hold dear. In fact, one of the core parts of our vision and our mission is to raise leaders who are dynamic, who are innovative and principled. So as an organization, we practice what we preach. I mean, from encouraging our staff to have their own vision boards, to set their own personal core values, to set their own personal vision statements, and have their own side gigs and hustles to transform their country and their continent. We're driven by values that we've come to rebrand as rights. Respect for humanity and diversity, integrity in all our dealings, in all its forms, transparency and accountability, synergy, and encouraging partnerships, fostering community building, and working with people, basically. And we're driven by excellence. We strive, even despite the limited time and resources we might have, to pursue everything we do with excellence every time we do it.
Nigeria was equipping dumping ground for equipment, and nobody was getting access to care. And so we had to raise the bar. And although I don't actually say I'm a social innovator, I actually am and was. Now the company has grown and we're all social innovators within the company, making a difference. So the truth is that we have to change it and create ecosystems. But if we try and work alone, it's not the way. So for the last 6 years, although I serve as the MD of the company, I've also been the president of the Healthcare Federation of Nigeria, which helps to create an enabling environment to speak with one voice to government, to create policies that open up the sector. Private sector, as you know, is a very tough place to be. Overnight, government can change policies and everything goes wrong. So you actually have to be able to create an ecosystem for all of us to thrive. And this is something that we believe is very important. Now, if you also look at our economy, almost 80% of the economy is SMEs. And many of them don't survive to their first birthday. And that is because they don't have access to finance, they don't have access to education. And so although we tick the boxes with all the various SDGs, we probably play every day, we think and do 6 of the SDGs. First of all, of course, is the issue of good health, great health and well-being. Creating strategic partnerships for good. Making sure that you can increase and affect education. Making sure that you can get rid of inequality. This has become a responsibility, but actually part of the corporate DNA. So how does private sector make a difference? You make the DNA of the company part of what actually makes a difference. That impact, without impact, your profit means nothing.
Okay, hello, ma'am. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
What's your name?
My name is Claire Omashe.
Okay, so what do you think about the event and the whole initiative behind something like this?
Well, I'm a director of Leap Africa, and this is something that we have spent a lot of time thinking about. It's very important to promote social innovation in countries and the critical role that we have to play to develop the economies.
Okay, so what do you want people to take away from the whole experience here today?
I think it's important to know that we have a social responsibility, that beyond profits, that we think about our people, that we think about the planet, and that we make the world a better place. And that can only be done by having impact as part of your assessments of each company. And that social innovation is important to change the narrative for all of us.
Picking the theme for today's event, people, planet and profit, and likening it to the SDG goals, I want to ask you now what you're most passionate about amongst all the SDG goals.
Well, I'm in healthcare, so I assume you would know that SDG Goal 3 of great health and in better well-being is number one. For me, it's very important. In fact, it's part of our ethos as a company. It's part of our DNA. We've got to be able to make a difference and change the narrative. Too many Nigerians, too many people in the world are dying from things and diseases that could have been prevented. So we must make the world a better and healthier place. Health is wealth. Of course, eradication of poverty and inequality is something that's very important to us too. And SDG Goal 17, I think, partnerships for strategic advantage for economies is also very important to us.
Now, for those who couldn't make it down here today, what do you have to say today?
I think you've missed a great event, but more importantly, that this is really about rewarding those that have really gone out of the way to make a difference in Nigeria, and that please make sure you come for next year's event. But more importantly, think out of the box, throw away the box if necessary, and think of ways in which you can innovate and make a difference and disrupt the status quo and make great impact and change a narrative for us.
Hilma and her partners recognize the health and environmental hazards with seeing waste pile up in their communities. And so they started small, but they've started a recycling revolution. Today, there are 28 employees running a range of programs and close to 10,000 subscribers using their platform to recycle or to divert 75 tons of waste each month. So Recycle Points Nigeria is a powerful example of transforming a problem into a solution, essentially turning trash into treasure. Now, as entrepreneurs, you know that within every challenge is an opportunity. In every gap, a startup. In every problem, a solution.
So with me is the CEO and founder of MasterCard Foundation in person of Miss Vitaroy. Mrs. Vitaroy?
Yeah, this is fine.
All right, tell me, how do you do and what do you think about the idea and the initiative behind putting something like this together?
First of all, I love being here, and there's so much wonderful energy. There's so many young people here who've got ideas I cannot even imagine, but they're all solving real challenges, whether it's around environment, education, young people who have been abandoned, street children, healthcare. So I think it's very inspiring. It just gives me hope, and that's one of the reasons why I have so much optimism about working here in Africa.
All right, now speaking of social transformation, we've been talking about social transformation. How do we further drive social transformation in our community?
So I think the first thing starts with really understanding what are the problems, the real challenges that communities want solved. Anything we do to be sustainable has to be relevant to people's lives. So that's number one. I think second is creating environments where young people, inviting and soliciting their active engagement about what they see, the solutions which could be possible. And what are solutions which can be implemented, don't need to wait for people like us or people from outside. What can be done right now, right away, within the community, with their own means. Sometimes one of the most amazing things I've learned is people don't realize how many assets they have. First, their own ideas, their understanding of the problem. Second, their own energy, their own creativity, their social network, and the ability to mobilize. Because what they have already in their own community is trust and relationships. So I think those are some of the ingredients in fostering transformation.
So I know you've received an award from Leap Africa. I want to ask you, what plans you have, working with Leap Africa moving forward?
So we're really very excited and inspired by Leap Africa. We've been working with them in a number of countries to bring their excellent curriculum, but also their excellent method of imparting leadership and values to thousands and thousands of young people. We'd love to see that flourish. Ndidi was already showing me, we had provided them with modest funding, but already they've done a marvelous website called Nourishing Africa, which brings together entrepreneurs working in the agriculture space, entrepreneurs with exciting ideas and business models. So I can only see us expanding our work.
Finally, before I let you go, what is your last words, to Leap Africa? What do you want to say to them for putting this whole thing together?
Okay. First of all, I want to congratulate Leap Africa for a bold new strategy. I also want to say to all of the young people who are part of Leap Fellows, who want to be part of the Leap Fellowship, follow your dream and don't give it up.
Okay, so I am with the chairman of Leap Africa in person of Mr. Udeme Ufort. How do you do, sir?
I'm very fine, thank you.
I mean, seeing everything come together like this, how does that make you feel?
I feel very fulfilled. When you volunteer for stuff like this, it's the testimonials from the beneficiaries that really inspire you, encourage you that you are doing the right things and that you keep doing it. And when we have the kind of tremendous support that we have from our partners, an example is Union Bank, who have been very supportive. This is the 6th time they are sponsoring the SIP Awards. We are deeply grateful. And of course, we also saw today that MasterCard Foundation has also come on board. We've worked with them in the past couple of years to drive programs across some African countries. So we are deeply gratified that we can find partners who are willing to move forward with us and help us bring our plans and programs into actionable things that can make a difference in society.
All right, now putting something together like this, I would say is not beans, in quotes. Now, what is the main goal? What is the driving force that made you guys say, oh, I want to do this, I want to set this up, I want to put an event like this?
For Leap Africa, working with youth is about creating change leaders. People who can make a difference in society, who can see challenges, see problems, and then through those problems and challenges, see opportunities. So ours is to give leadership, transform them, and make them change leaders in the environments.
Thank you very much. We're talking about social transformation. How do we further push social transformation in our community?
I think it's one person at a time. If we can inspire as many youth individuals as we can to make them think in the mindset of change makers, then we can transform our societies and transform our entire ecosystem.
All right, sir. We've had amazing speakers. We had an amazing keynote speaker. Now, I know a lot of young people were in there listening to everything that was being said. What is that one thing that you want them to take away from everything? Even if they forget any other thing, what is that one thing that you do not want anybody here today, even me, to forget about?
Well, I mean, the biggest thing they must take away from this is that they must be the change that they want to see. They can make a difference. They can't be helpless. There are opportunities in problems. And the most important thing is to put on a creative mindset. Nothing can stop you. You can actually turn obstacles to stepping stones to greater success. And so for me, what I would say to them, stay creative, be creative in everything, turn on your thinking hat and make a difference in your society.
If I let you go, sir, I want us to prepare those people that did not come for this event. So for those who couldn't make it down here today, what do you have to say to them?
They have missed!